Hi guys, today's lecture will be on my best skincare tips. Number 1, cleansing begins with understanding skin types. Now, what exactly is your skin type? Well, there are 4 main types of skin that we talk about. Dry skin, oily skin, combination skin, and what we also term as eudermic skin, which is essentially healthy, well-balanced skin. Now, today, I'm going to teach you how you can determine your skin type at home. Wash your face, let it dry for 30 to 60 minutes, then dab a tissue over the T-zone, the nose, the forehead, and also the cheeks. And if you feel that only your nose is oily, that means you have combination skin. If you are oily on both your nose and your cheeks, then you have oily skin. If both your T-zone and your cheeks are dry, that means you have dry skin. Now, to check if you have dry skin, you may also use the following checklist. Do you have a history of itchy skin that can be worsened by strong soaps, sweat, dusty environments, pet fur, pollen, mold, and carpets? Do you have a personal history of atopy, which really encompasses hay fever, sensitive nose conditions, sinusitis, asthma, and eczema? Do you have family members with any of these conditions? If you've experienced skin redness, flaking, itchiness, or stinging whenever you're exposed to a new environment or when using certain skincare or makeup products, then you may have dry, sensitive skin. Now, for dry skin types, it is recommended that you moisturize frequently with products that have moisturizing ingredients such as ceramide, glycerin, and squalene. For oily skin types, it may be helpful to look for lotion or emulsion-based moisturizers that are more lightweight. Now, while your skin type is determined by genetics, your skin may also be affected by other variables such as environmental factors and biological age. Now that you know your skin type, you can learn how to best incorporate skincare products which are suited to your skin to achieve the best results. I'm now going to share with you my top 5 skincare tips. Number 1, choosing the right cleansing regimen is the most important part of any skincare routine. That means cleansing mindfully. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, in my opinion, it's best to use a gentle washcloth. Unless, of course, you have extremely dry and sensitive skin, a reusable soft microfibre pad can help to attract the particulate matter settled on skin. We are talking about PM 2.5, which are airborne pollutants that are known to accelerate skin aging and worsen skin conditions like acne. Alternatively, you could up your cleansing game by adding a cleansing device, such as one based off ultrasonic technology and microdermabrasion. These are some in-clinic technologies that have now been adapted for home use. Cleansing is the most important part of any skincare regimen because it directly targets the skin microbiome. When the skin microbiome is disturbed, conditions like acne, rosacea, and eczema result. It's also important to bear in mind that using a microfiber wash pad, besides being eco-friendly, is also a quick and cost-effective way to perform gentle exfoliation on your skin without damaging the skin barrier. Microfibers themselves can attract certain particles and hence makes your cleansing regimen more effective. My skincare tip number 2 would be to omit toners. Rather, use facial essences instead. Well, aren't they the same? These two may look quite similar, but they truly aren't. The traditional cleanse, tone, moisturize skincare mantra is, in my opinion, passé. Toners of the past were marketed as astringents to remove excess oil. However, this is a terrible skincare faux pas. These days, we know that oily skin isn't to be dehydrated or degreased like an oily wok. Oily skin can be dehydrated as well. It's a paradox, but not really. Hear me out. Skin knows that it has to regulate itself. So those who are born with genetic tendencies towards greasy or oily skin tend to produce more sebum at the onset of puberty. The key is to regulate oil production and not to superficially remove oil like an astringent toner does. By doing so, this is when you get this dehydrated oily skin phenomenon. It's an uncomfortable situation in which skin feels greasy from the inside and still looks dehydrated, flaky, and inflamed on the surface. So here's my solution. Use a facial essence instead. K-Beauty inspired facial essences are water-based. Now, water itself is a fantastic astringent and cleanser on its own that works without stripping skin dry. This is why our skin feels cleansed after a bath. For the same reason, dermatologists advise applying water compresses to wounds to gently cleanse and remove exudates. I also have what I like to call a face mist hack. So I completely eliminate toners in my skincare regimen. Instead, my facial mist is multi-purposed as an on-the-go cleanser, toner, as well as a moisturizer. I choose one that is free of potentially irritating skincare actives like AHAs, BHAs, and retinol. The formulation itself should include a mix of different hydrating ingredients such as glycerin, sodium hyaluronate, polyglutamic acid, and also antioxidants. In this case, especially in summer climates, I simply spray on my face the mist right after cleansing, and I'm done. Now, on to my third skincare tip. I use my favorite moisturizer as my sleeping mask. Now, here is a bit of a scandal. All sleeping mask formulas are actually the same as moisturizers, as these are regarded as leave-on rather than wash-off ingredients, and they work by absorbing onto the skin in order to produce moisturizing effects. So, while we may like to think that overnight masks are more effective, the truth really is that it depends on the formulation. Overnight masks are really just moisturizers. Sleeping masks could possibly be more effective because it contains richer active ingredients that repair the skin barrier. It also has to do with the amount you apply. The directions to use for sleeping masks also usually involve applying much more than your regular moisturizer. And leaving a topical on the skin for more than 12 hours, for instance, may leave one quite susceptible to irritation if there are certain ingredients like acids, salicylic acids, glycolic acids involved. So it is a good idea to check through your moisturizer list to make sure that it does not contain ingredients such as retinols, AHAs, or salicylic acids, because these are truly not essential in any moisturizer formulation and, in my opinion, can get quite irritating with continued use. Now, on to my fourth skincare tip. Beauty sleep is seriously underrated. You know, I am obsessed with sleeping 8 to 9 hours a day. And this is what I'll say: do not disturb my sleep. So, if I were to give just one skincare tip, and it's my best skincare tip, it would be to sleep. It is essential to all life, and especially for our organs, in order for our cells to function properly. Now, some people think that beauty sleep is not exactly real, but let me emphasize that it is scientific. I guarantee that. In fact, it is while we sleep that our skin cells work together to repair damaged DNA. So we have all heard about how sunscreen prevents UV rays from damaging skin cells by preventing oxidative stress. But did you know that skin really does repair its own damaged DNA? This is why the older you get, the higher the risk of developing skin cancers. Biological and chronological aging slows down the DNA repair process. Sleep itself helps to rejuvenate cell mitochondria, which are the powerhouses of skin cells. There is real scientific evidence that backs up how skin does in fact look more dull and less radiant in sleep-deprived individuals. By the way, it isn't enough to just get 8 or 9 hours of rest. You actually need to respect your body's natural biological clock. And this is what we know as the circadian rhythm, which is also the sunrise and sundown pattern. Our body's physiological processes follow that too. And this ensures that your cells are optimally rested and so can focus on fighting the bad guys, pollution, stress, UV damage in the day. I like to brag that I always wake up with good skin. And truth is, you can too. Here's another tip. Consider sleeping without air conditioning. I used to be an aircon worshipper. And living in Singapore, I think we all realize how insufferable the heat can get. But it's also true that the AC is super bad for those with allergies, asthma, and eczema. And besides that, it's kind of environmentally unfriendly too. So the key here is that air conditioning does dry out the skin barrier, and it's no different when you sleep in air conditioning. So my tip is sleep with a fan. It's better for your skin, healthier for the environment, and your skin will wake up feeling more moisturized and without the use of any sleeping mask for this matter. I have another tip. I would choose cooling bed linen. Pure cotton works well. Choose those with high thread counts which are gentler on skin. Your pillowcase also makes a difference. Use silk pillowcases, or in my case, I use one with copper silk, which gives extra anti-aging skin benefits. And we're now at my 5th and final skincare tip, which is to exercise every day. Well, if you have no time for serum, facials, or mists, I totally understand. Some people are just not into this sort of thing. But if you find yourself listening to this video, I'm sure you're as passionate about your skincare routine as I am. So here's a reminder not to forget to keep your body in good shape. Your heart does a good job of caring for your skin, much more than you or I realize. Most people wrongly assume that the best skincare tips involve skincare products and facials. Well, the skin is an organ much like any other organ of the body. And when you are healthy, your skin will be too. 20 minutes each day isn't too much to ask for, especially if you are already committed to a skincare routine. The post-workout glow is real. The increased blood flow benefits the entire body and also stimulates the cell powerhouses. And this is one way to instantly anti-age your skin. By the way, it does work. There are studies which support it. So this rounds up my list of my top 5 best skincare tips. Do hit the subscribe button and drop this video a like. I'll really appreciate it. It'll also help more people to access my skincare tips. I've included in the description a link to my newsletter. Sign up and I'll also include a complimentary ebook for you. Till the next lecture.